you're pressing the wrong buttons and you don't have as much muscle
Oh,
memory. Though Pipsqueak is a way better player than me and has been on that type of controller for way longer, so I don't expect it from him. But it's something that I'm curious about when mixed into the chaos of teams.
yeah. I mean, there is a lot on the line for Pipsqueak, actually. This tournament today is gonna matter quite a lot for him because I'm not sure if you're aware of this,
No,
uh,
please continue. Yeah.
but Pipsqueak is currently ranked #1 in the same circuit.
Mhm.
So there's like a ladder ranking, right? Where you,
Yes.
based on your performance in the tournaments, you get ranked. Pipsqueak is currently ranked #1. This is important because there's this tournament, and then there's Sauna, and then there's Hefe. I'm sorry, Fairy. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a June
Yes.
tournament coming up as well,
Yep.
right? And after that June tournament, whoever is ranked #1 gets invited to Smash Summit 11.
Hmm.
So that's an important invite, right? That's a big one. So
Yeah.
I imagine that Pipsqueak is quite motivated to keep that #1 spot.
Yeah, that is really really important and something to think about going into singles. But to switch back right now,
Yes,
we see that they're also doing really well in doubles, and it makes a lot
absolutely.
of sense, and it's really incredible. What's going to happen right now is they're kind of just scrapping and trying to create these isolating situations. Again, Knuckles and Amsah doing the thing of opting sometimes for 1v1s to separate the foxes, and so I'm really
Ah,
curious to see how that works out.
this really shows just how strong a character Fox is, right? Like the fact that you can easily just play two of them in a doubles team. Where usually you want to have your like offensive character and your more supporting character. Well,
Mhm.
Fox can be both. There's really no
Yeah.
limitations on the guy. He just goes nuts. And look at him. They are up a solid 2 stocks right now. Possibly even 3 if they can close out the stock from Amsah really quick.
Yeah, and I think the thing I'm most impressed is that they're kind of just switching really well. So the minute that one is getting comboed or the minute one puts up a shield, the other one kind of tags in. And then something I've been thinking about recently with teams is like it's almost like a team fighting game where you can kind of tag switch who plays aggro at a given time. So you don't actually have to think about neutral. You just have to think about, am I support or am I carry right now?
Yeah. I imagine you're a bit of a Dota player here. Am I understanding this right?
No, actually, I've
No?
never played.
No,
I've never
I'm just like
played.
I'm hearing the support carry lingo, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm actually surprisingly new at teams. I just kind of did some research before
Okay.
this and really kind of honed in on more of my doubles knowledge a
All
little
right,
bit.
all right. I was just always kind of like
I,
curious, but
yeah, no, of course. I appreciate you asking that. So that's really funny. Oh
um,
my gosh.
well, we'll see how it goes from here. The first game, very dominating, right?
Hmm.
Saw Pipsqueak and Nicki just crushing the opposing team. And well, we'll see how it goes from here, right? We're going to Battlefield. Battlefield, generally, I think, considered to be like the most neutral stage, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it also makes sense that
oh, look at
Amsa
this.
and Knuckles shows that, oh my goodness, yeah, oh, Pipsqueak misses the tech chase there, but, it makes sense why they chose this stage because Fox's recovery is severely nerfed here, and so
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I think that's gonna worry, but Nicki and Pipsqueak are coming out with the team combos, and this is why Double Fox is so devastating. They can just rack on damage so quickly against in a meta where, in doubles, it's a race against time on who can take the most stocks the quickest, versus in singles, you can kind of like hold ledge a little bit, top, camp top platform or whatever. You don't have that luxury here.
Yeah.
And Fox is just like the best at dealing damage really quickly.
In a way, having like the free platforms also just adds a bit more space to the stage,
Mhm.
which means that the Foxes are going to have a few more options to like isolate, which could potentially be a problem because that's really been the game plan here, I think. You can see that similar to the last game actually, where we
Yes.
saw Amsah and Nuckels trying to go for these one-on-ones. This time around, we have Pipsqueak and Nicki going for a lot of these one-on-ones. Um,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and
rough.
we see Amsa up smash off of a grab combo. I'm so impressed. There was an interaction earlier where one of the foxes shined out a shield, and the other fox reacted and picked up with a dash attack into a shine spike. So Nicki and Pipsqueak, are ready for each other's movements, and that is what makes a great team.
Oh, look at that beautiful back here to close it out. Trades one of their own stocks away, but at this point you have such a substantial lead. I think you're happy to just get the knockouts, right?
Yeah, especially when you have a stock lead against a team that can deal this much damage so quickly.
Oh no! No! Don't do that! That's the wrong fox. I know there's a lot of them, but that's unfortunate, and I think we can call this one a day. Unless we see the world's most miraculous comeback here.
Yeah, we would have to. I mean, it's Fox, so it can happen, but it's really tough against, two top 100 players and some of EU's finest.
Oh, they're just going
for happen.
it. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I think that was kind of like sort of like a suicide edge guard, right? It's just like, hey, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get the edge guard. And honestly, Nicki, if you die, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was really funny, and it's not like both of them can die from it, right? There's only one Fox, and so at least one will get back. So it wasn't a really high risk situation, and I think that's what's so interesting about teams is like some things that would be really risky is actually not super risky, like say run up smash for Fox, because the other team, your partner can like stop you getting.
Is risky.
It's barely risky in singles. It is absolutely not risky in doubles.
I feel like I keep getting run up smashed all the time, but maybe that's just me.
No. It's a damn good move in any format. But you can have your doubles team interrupt you if you get like grabbed or something and can save you.
Definitely something. And it's always one of those things I feel in doubles, right? Where the worst punish, like if your team is like really well coordinated, the biggest punish your opponent can get on you is really just the punish they can do in the time frame before your ally interrupts them. Right?
Yeah.
And they come in with like a nair or something like that, which doesn't really do that much damage, and then you're fine. So you can be a bit more risky with these bigger moves.
Yeah, and you bring up a really good point that it's you have a set amount of time to do a combo, and that's not something that you have in singles, and I think it's what a lot of players struggle with when starting to play doubles, and why characters with big kill moves like Falcon and Fox are so crucial in team compositions.
I think this is especially bad if you like somebody who plays Marth, right? Yes. Because as Marth, you're like, hey, look, I play Marth against Fox, and sometimes taking down the Fox takes 45 seconds because I'm gonna up throw chain grab them and then tech chase them or whatnot, right? And it just takes a while. And you just don't have that kind of time in doubles. That's honestly one of the struggles I always have with doubles as well. Or still have. Like I tend to play a bit slower. I'd like to take my time, and there is no time. None at all. And you can already see this here with Pipsqueak and Nicki just rushing it, right? They want to get this over. It's already late. Look, we want to go to bed. There's a tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, and I think great tech to not die off of that Marth up B, but with double Fox, especially as Marth, you're kind of just getting run over, right? And the thing about Fox, having one Fox, you use that Fox to kind of disrupt the team position and break up their formation. Having two is a luxury. Anyone can do it at any given point, and that's what's crazy about it.
Yeah. You don't have to stick to like a rigid team structure. You can just always fluently swap. I mean, of course, that requires a lot of skill. But I think if the requirement is skill, then Nicki and Pipsqueak can supply that.
Yeah, it's not as much as your character or team comp can't do it, or it's not favorable for them, but rather, do they have the skill, execution, and awareness to pull it off?
Pipsqueak just died at 200%. As Fox. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's what's really, really rough. I think that Dreamland honestly isn't super bad for double Fox just because it gives them so much space to run around. It's almost like just like a jungle gym for them, and this Marth is really Nuckels is trying to keep one at bay.
Oh, nice.
But the minute you keep one at bay, you have to keep the second one at bay too.
Yeah, and you can see that, right there we saw an attempt at a pin combo. but the Marth didn't land it because it was rushed. Because, well, Knuckles feels the need to finish all of this stuff so quickly, and it just doesn't quite work that well. Beautiful recovery right there, though. They actually
Yeah.
managed to both stay alive, at least temporarily.
No, I mean, it's big.
Oh,
It
turning it
might
around.
lead to a kill right there on the left side. It doesn't, but, you know, keeping this percent is part of why you want Dreamline also, right? It leads
Ooh, look at
to
that. I mean, that
more
was a
survivability.
nice cleanup from the blue team.
Yeah.
They're just finishing off both of these stocks really quick. But this last game here, or this game right here, is definitely looking a lot more even. There's still a lead on the blue team, but it's not as substantial as we have seen it.
Yeah. Again, it's just crazy that Nicki and Pipsqueak are just racking on this damage so quickly. It doesn't give the red team to kind of set up shop, right?
No,
And that's their win condition. Oh no. Oh, the Nair! Just to call it out. That's insane. Oh, and the Marth lives. That could be crucial, but I don't know. This Fox could get double teamed right now. Fox, you know, that's impressive that Amps is able to save his Marth partner.
Yeah, it's arms that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think they should be able to close out that Fox stock right there. Now is the opportunity.
Right, yeah.
It's actually kind of like funny. In doubles, there's this weird moment, even if you have a stock lead, right? But
Mhm.
one of your players needs to recover or come back down from the platform. There's this one moment where your opponent is 2 versus 1. And that
Yes.
is brutal. You can just take so much damage or get straight up knocked out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's so tough, especially when you have to factor in also like players coming in with invincibility and everything like that. I think that was like one of the trickiest things